Oh, Matt, you want to tell these guys what you just... So he's been keeping this shit a secret for like 2 months.
Top secret.
Oh, gosh.
It's 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like it because this happened around in October. For the people who didn't know, and you guys really didn't know, but I think you may have seen a little bit of it on social media, I was on a game show.
Oh, yes. I saw those pictures.
Yes, I was on a game show. I was on Let's Make a Deal on CBS,
That's
hosted
sick.
by
So
Wayne
cool.
Brady. I got an email asking to audition. I said, sure, why not? I auditioned for it. And
Isn't it crazy that like you have to audition for game shows? I thought you just like kind of...
Well, you have to have a personality.
They got to just sense out that you have a good energy about
Got
you.
it.
Right.
Because like anybody could go on and you...
Say some crazy shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I auditioned. They really liked my story about how I was a podcast host, how I loved tiny Christmas villages and all of that. And originally I was supposed to
Tell us about you.
Originally I was supposed to just go on these other random ones that weren't seasonal, but then I got booked for the Christmas season specials, which was like a whole...
Oh, my gosh.
It's like a week long, 2 weeks long, nonstop giveaways for the Christmas people. I dressed up like a reindeer.
Perfect.
Okay.
I originally wanted to be this like star, like a star costume, and I ordered it online, and then I got it, and it was this huge gold cone head, and I put it on, and Patricia was like, "You look like a member of the Ku Klux Klan. Like you cannot wear that on national TV."
So you provided your own costume.
So luckily we live in like the North Hollywood area. All the studios have all those
Right,
rental places.
right.
So we get into the game show. Everyone is like in their own little pods because normally on Let's Make a Deal, huge big crowds, kind of like the Price
Right.
is Right. And
Yeah.
you get randomly picked to go down there.
gosh.
We were kind of like in our own like pods and stuff. And Wayne Brady comes out. It's like, holy shit, it's Wayne Brady. And then the games start. And the first one is like this wishing well game. And this first contestant goes up, and y'all, I feel bad for this woman. She was like, I'm a veteran. I work with like rehabilitating soldiers and stuff. And I was like, oh, awesome. So she's like, and he goes, all right, this is the wishing well game. You have to put on a glove, and then you have to pull out these 2 coins, okay, out of the wishing well. And the coins say different types of prizes. It's either like you pull out a coin that says door number 1, or it says the little box.
Yeah.
And this woman is like fishing through, and she's like, I'm going to go with the little box, Wayne. And they're like, all right. And that's the whole thing about Let's Make a Deal.
You don't know.
There's no intellect. There's no strategy. It is just pick door number 1 or pick door
Yeah.
number 2. And you can get zonked. You can win nothing. You can win like dirty dishes. Like it's...
Oh, I'm down.
So,
I love it.
and this woman picks the little box. And sure enough, it's like a zonk. She doesn't win. And I'm like, oh, poor girl. And then all of a sudden they go, what about you, man, right there? How about you come on down and let's make a deal? To me. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah. And she just got zonked.
she got zonked. And I felt so bad because I felt like she just like deserved
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing. So I go down and I pick out the coins. And it's curtain number 1 or the little envelope. I have these 2 choices. And you know what? I'm like, I'm on Let's Make a Deal. Let's go big, think big. I'm going for curtain number 1.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay? So I put the envelope token back into the well. And he goes, all right, Matt, what do you think? Curtain number 1? And I go, yeah, curtain number 1. He goes, Matt, what if I gave you $1,000 right now? You could walk away with it and not pick curtain number 1. I go, Wayne, I'm going with the curtain. He goes, Matt, what about $2,000? And I go, no, wait, I'm gonna stick with the curtain because I'm on the damn show.
Yeah, you want to go.
Play the
You want to go
game.
far. Yeah.
Even if I lose, who cares?
Yeah.
So he goes, Matt, what about $3,000 cash right now? You can take and not pick curtain number 1. I go, Wayne, I'm going with the curtain. And he goes, all right, Matt. And he goes, let's see what's behind curtain number 1. And they unveil it, and it is this outdoor dining set barbecue grill.
Wow.
Stone. It's like stone,
up.
like a stone, like built into the ground kind of barbecue, not
Right,
like a
right.
one on wheels. It's like they come and install.
Beautiful pizza oven thing.
Zane,
You got
Zane
the-
lives in the same house as
I'm
Zane.
like,
Like,
yeah. I provided the furniture. He's going to provide the outside patio.
Right,
There you go.
exactly.
And neither
Yeah.
one of them can grill.
oh, yeah.
Oh, well, no, that's when you come in. And then Mariah comes in with that horse over here.
And the thing is, the thing is, it's like when they unveil the curtain, you're still really kind of far away. There's all these cameras in front of you. You can look up at the monitor, but it happens so quick. The light,
Yeah.
the crowd, everyone's screaming. I'm happy. And then all of a sudden they go, and that totals up to a prize winnings or whatever the prize is worth.
Right.
Up to like $11,000 something. And I'm like,
oh.
So
holy shit.
you can either take the 11,000 or the grill.
Right. But I've heard through a lot of times with prizes and stuff, they say just take the prize because
Because you got to pay taxes on the money.
you got to pay taxes on the money, and you
Got
should
it.
just get the free prize. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
What's the prize?
That way, when people see it that come over, like, oh, where did you get this?
It's a good
Funny
story.
actually.
Right.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I've won an outdoor dining set, something that I'm not really that jazzed about, but it's worth a lot and it's cool. I sit back down in my seat and I'm happy because I'm just like, I won something. I didn't get zonked. I'm just happy to be here. The game goes on. Contestants go up, start playing games. And y'all, people start making some bad decisions. People are getting zonked left and right, and they're not winning that great of prizes. They're
Oh,
just
shit.
like one guy ends up winning like an electric bicycle, like or electric scooter.
That's good.
But
A
bird.
But I'm here keeping my eye out for all the prizes and what they're worth. And I'm like, that was only worth $4,000. And then someone else wins something, and that was only worth $6,000. And at the end of the game of Let's Make a Deal, the person who has the biggest prize can risk it for the big deal. So y'all, guess who had the biggest prize?
Yes! Oh my God.
And what was funny is because like Zane, the night before, Zane knew that I was going on the game show.
He was studying the show too. He was watching probably four
last
seasons
20
of
years.
Let's Make a Deal.
I'm watching every damn episode. Just the thing is, there is no strategy.
Yeah, there's no
It's just by
strategy though.
chance.
But
yeah.
it's just, but all you know is that one out of all of like the 20 contestants I was against gets picked for the big deal. And I just couldn't believe it that it came down to me that like
That's
I was
sick.
getting up. And you know what? That's always like that trope in like, I don't know, like stories or whatever, like pick between door number one,
Right,
door number
yeah.
two, door number three. Never in my life did I think it would come down to this moment
Yeah.
where I have to pick between door number one, door number two, door number three. So the thing is, I was trying to think I have a little strategy because the last game
number
that
3, my
went-
lord.
the last game that happened right before the final the big deal of the day. Door number 3 had a card behind it. This girl was playing for it. She didn't win.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, so door number 3, they're not going to leave that card there, and they're probably not going to put the grand prize. So I'm going to focus on door number 2 because everyone wants to go for door number 1, door number 3. I was like, door number 2, door number 2. And the producer woman's like, we need a reason why you're picking door number 2.
None of your business. How about that?
Wait, why?
Just because it helps the narrative of, saying, hey.
Oh, on camera, you have to explain why you're
Well,
picking number 2.
they go, it would really, like, we'd love to see a reason why you're picking the number.
Got
so
it.
I was like,
because I just did number 2 5 minutes
Just
ago.
like shit.
It's like, what do you want?
and so he's like, Matt, it's come down to why do you want to pick which door of these doors you want to win? And all of them, you're going to win something. Okay. You're not going to get zonked, but they all rank. There's one prize that's like pretty nice, one that's pretty good, and one that's amazing.
Yeah.
He goes, Matt, why door number 2? And I go, you know what, Wayne? Me and my girlfriend's second anniversary is coming up. And it's my second year making a tiny Christmas village because he like asked about that.
Sure.
And I go, I'm just feeling it. The number is just repeating itself in my life. And I'm going for door number 2. He goes, all right. Now, Matt, let's see what you would have won in door number 1.
Oh.
They open it up. And it is
A house.
it's a big bank vault that opens up with like a digital screen behind it, and it says $7,777 cash.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay, all right. And he goes, all right, but let's see what you're gonna get with with curtain number 2. And I'm like, shit, that means I didn't get the big deal.
Yeah.
I should have
Right.
picked door number 3 because they would have waited
Exactly.
to reveal it.
Yeah.
And they open it up, and it's an entertainment system. I got a mid-century modern credenza and a 75-inch plasma TV.
Probably already has
Yeah,
that.
don't you like the mid-century modern anyways?
I'm thrilled regardless. I'm happy I'm winning this TV.
You made it to the end. Yeah, I think that's
I made it to the end.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I'm not going to be bummed. I'm just happy to be there.
Right.
And then they go, and let's see what you would have won in door number 3. And they open it, and it's just this like TV screen that just says London. And he goes, you would have won a week's trip to London.
Shut
You would have
up.
stayed at all of the best places. You would have gone to all of the best sites, all of this stuff. And he goes, and not only that, you would have won everything in the 2 other doors.
Oh my God.
You would have won the cash. You would have won the TV. And I'm like,
Oh my, all that together would have been like 30,000.
$33,500.
Holy shit.
So we're not doing a barbecue?
Oh,
And we're not going to London.
Damn, that's what sucks about those things. You start winning, and then at the end,
They give you options.
you get
where
hit, and then you like go home depressed.
Oh, I that was the thing that like some people lost big and they were just sitting there in the crowd like
The reaction, yeah, you're just like
they were just dead inside. And the producer lady is like, come on, root for everybody. And they're just like, I should have picked the other thing.
Oh
Damn.
shit.
I know. And the
That
thing is, all I
sucks.
wanted really was a trip. That's what I was talking to Patricia about. I go, a trip would be awesome because I just want to come back from a sweepstakes winning trip. You always hear about these giveaways
Right.
and trips, but you're like, what was
Yeah.
it like? Did they hook you up? What was the stay like?
Yeah, was it half-assed?
Yeah, I wanted to experience that. So if you guys want to watch Let's Make a Deal, if you have, I think Paramount Plus, you can watch the episode from December 23rd. But yeah, I was on TV, and I wanted
sick, though.
and I wanted TV.
Yeah. Oh, that's sick. Fuck.
Yeah. So
And I feel like you've been talking about being on a game show for like a little bit now. Like you've always wanted to go on a game show or Jeopardy or anything
And
like
you
that.
never know who's watching.
right, and I was a little
Sure.
worried. People were like thinking it would be rigged because I was getting on the big that I got it up to the big
Yeah.
deal. It was 100% luck. Please, like people.
Yeah.
Like after they saw it, were like, oh, so did they just like get an influencer and put you on? I'm like, no, not at all.
You
They asked me to audition, but my chance of picking that,
Yeah. Right.
out of everyone else's chances of what they picked, I just
I think,
became.
and I think that's way too big of a risk for a show to do that because like,
Yeah.
he could easily say like, whatever.
yeah, but I had a hell of a time. It was
Yeah.
really, really fun. If you want to just go
Yeah.
see me in the beginning,
That's sick.
watch all to the end.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
Cool.